this life. On it goes. On it goes. I've always been told, reach for the sky. But I'm already high. Love knows no levels. Love knows no levels. And I see where I am going, and I see where I have been. Keep my faith forever flowing until the end. And I see where I am going, and I see where I have been. Keep my faith forever flowing until the end. I am flying, spreading my wings. Will you miss me when I'm gone? Yes, I'm born blessed, but there's beauty and struggle. All of us are one. My fight is your fight. My fight is your fight. We grow together, and it's our responsibility to love unconditionally and carry on the life, carry on the life. And I see where I am going, and I see where I have been. Keep my faith forever flowing until the end. And I see where I am going, and I see where I have been. Keep my faith forever flowing until the end. I am flying, spreading my wings. Will you miss me when I'm gone? I am flying, someday I'm soaring. Will you catch me when I fall? I am flying, spreading my wings. Will you miss me when I'm gone? I am flying, someday I'm soaring. Will you catch me when I fall? I will let my love flow free from my head down to my feet. I will let my love flow free from my heart into my strings.
Empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more?
It starts with one.
From one employee to a team, collaborating with another team.
From one partner to their customers, to their customers' customers.
Expanding opportunity.
earning trust, protecting fundamental rights,
and advancing sustainability.
For our society.
our economy, our world.
That's the impact. That's the impact.
That's the impact each of us can have.
That's our collective opportunity.
Empowering 8 billion people.
We are in a new era of AI,
where we will be able to build as fast as our imagination,
unlock our creativity,
and innovate responsibly.
As we take on society's biggest challenges.
Together, we can ensure these benefits reach
every country,
every industry,
and every individual.
When we empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more,
we empower the world.
Thank you. All right. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our developer conference, and it's fantastic to be back here in KL and spending time learning about everything that's going on around technology and the broader economy in the country. And I've been at Microsoft now for 32 years, lived through the client-server transition, and then the web and the internet, and subsequently the mobile cloud, and now here we are in the age of AI. I sort of describe this as the year 2 of the age of AI, and so I wanted to spend some time talking a little bit about the possibilities for everyone in the room in this age. Clearly, the scaling laws behind some of these next generation models continue to really surprise us and work in exponential ways. And you now have these capabilities, right? Whether it's take the natural language interface, right? Now, the original dream of the sort of the founders of computing, like Engelbart, was always, can we have computers that understand us versus us understanding computers? We are finally at that point where you now have the most natural user interface, which can be speech and text and vision, both input and output, and it's just only getting more and more powerful. We also have more reasoning and planning capability, right? We have been digitizing information all through, but now you have a new reasoning engine and a planning engine to apply on top of all of that digitized information. And of course, you can add more context, more memory, both long-term and short-term memory to these interactions. So it's a pretty phenomenal pace with which the capabilities of these AI models, as well as the layers around the AI model, are all evolving. But ultimately, though, it's not about just the technology. To me, any technology is only useful if it can drive, ultimately, economic output and productivity in any country, right? So for me, what does this mean? It means ultimately in the region, what's the incremental GDP growth? Something like $155 billion, more than 14% incremental GDP growth is projected through AI across all sectors, right? It can be in healthcare, it can be in education, it can be in retail, it can be in energy. So that's the real opportunity of AI, and it's fantastic to see that opportunity, and to seize that opportunity, we ground ourselves in our mission to empower every person and every organization in Malaysia to be able to achieve more. That's ultimately how we want to realize our mission here. And to that end, we are building out a complete cloud infrastructure and a cloud stack, starting with infrastructure to data, to the tools, to the application layers, so that you can now have the power of all of this technology so that you can build more technology. Because we as a platform company are very, very focused on building world-class platforms to empower every developer, every company here to be able to build more. And of course, all of us collectively also want to drive business outcomes, right? Every organization wants to improve how they interact with customers, how they interact with their own employees, how they bring about efficiency in every business process internally, as well as bend the curve on innovation in any organization, right? Those are ultimately the business outcomes that we focus on. And to be able to sort of drive that is really our collective opportunity. Now, to go about it, I would say there are three things that any organization, whether it's in public sector or in private sector, whether you're a small startup or a large company, that I think one should take advantage of. The first imperative for me is adopt the best, latest tools inside the enterprise, inside the organization. In other words, don't reinvent the wheel. And that was the inspiration behind Copilot. We wanted to build out Copilot so that you have the ability to tap into the world's knowledge as well as knowledge inside your organizations, and then to be able to really act on that knowledge. That was the vision behind Copilot. We best captured it, I would say, in an ad that we played at the Super Bowl a few months ago. So I just wanted to roll that video to give you a flavor for it.
Good morning.
Watch me.
Just watch me now. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. Just watch me now.
I truly love the spirit it captures, right? It's not about the technology, it's about watching me do things, right? It's the ability to create, whether it's a document, an image, or code. It's about being able to decide, make better judgment decisions, and then ultimately to act on all of it, right? So to me, that's the real power of AI in the hands of every person and every organization. And we're already seeing unbelievable data around productivity, right? So when we deploy Microsoft 365 Copilot, we're seeing organizations able to move things faster. In fact, just like how in supply chains people talk about inventory turns, we talk about knowledge turns. That means knowledge is getting created faster and diffused faster throughout the organization. Supply chains are more efficient. Financial operations are more efficient. Your customer operations are more efficient. So we are really seeing, of course, in software development, we're seeing that with GitHub Copilot, which is tremendous to see. Even with things like Copilot Studio, it's even for the low-code, no-code folks that really are driving productivity. So the Copilot age is clearly here. I would say really getting these deployed. In fact, right here in Malaysia, we have many examples of customers like Petronas is deploying it across the board, PNB, Ambank, as well as the public sector is deploying it inside. Prima has deployed it to just make themselves more efficient and the workflows more efficient inside the organization. So it's good to see how quickly this technology is not just being developed, but it's being diffused and used throughout the organization. Now, talking about software developers, GitHub, of course, is the place where developers call home. And it's great to see that we have more than 600,000 developers right here in Malaysia. It's growing 28% year over year, so there's tremendous amount of growth in the GitHub community. And one of the fascinating things has been Copilot for GitHub, right? We conceived, in fact, that's probably the first hit product of this generative AI age. And when we conceived it a few years ago, when we said there can be an AI pair programmer for every software developer, a little did we know that it would become the thing that every software developer now loves to use to be able to sort of really bring back the joy in programming, bring back the flow in programming, because in some sense we had taken some of that out because of so much of the stuff that was happening out of band from, say, even being immersed in your IDE and staying in the flow. And the AI pair programmers brought that back. And now, just a couple of days ago, we launched the next phase of it, which I think is going to be really revolutionary, which is GitHub Copilot Workspaces is in technical preview, which completely now takes what is just a Copilot, which is an AI prayer programmer, to the next level where you now start with an issue that comes in, a plan gets generated, that plan that you can then as a developer edit, and then that plan gets executed across the entire repo. That means you can edit multiple files, accept the changes, and then you put a pull request. So think about what an entire workflow of a software engineering team looks like with GitHub Copilot Workspaces. So to show you that, I wanted to invite up on stage my colleague Karan to show you GitHub Copilot Workspaces and GitHub Copilot itself. Karan, welcome.
Thanks.
Let me shake your hand.
Thank you. All right. Today I'll show you what GitHub Copilot can do for you and how it can help you be more productive. And I'll also give you a preview of GitHub Copilot Workspace that we announced this week. All right. So now I want to add some sign-up functionality to this website I'm building in TypeScript with GitHub Copilot. So first, let's add a sign-up button. So I'll write a comment for it, and GitHub Copilot writes the code for me, working with me along the way. Nice. I'll accept that. Now, next I want to make sure my users are entering valid email addresses, and I need some help with that. I have a regular expression here, but it's hard to read. With GitHub Copilot, it truly feels like I'm working with a paired programmer. In this case, I can ask it to help explain code that I'm unfamiliar with, even if it's a regular expression. I can even do this in Malay by asking it, what does this regex do? Fantastic. You can see that GitHub Copilot is picking up its cues on what language to answer in based on how I ask the question. Now, GitHub Copilot chat can also be invoked inline, so it can work with the code in place. To get to it, just hit Control or Command I. Now, I'm going to ask Copilot to help me write the entire sign-up page, asking for email, password, and password confirmation. And again, I'm going to do this in Malay. Amazing. You can see that Copilot didn't just understand what I wanted, but it's actually written the entire code for me. There it is. That looks good, so I'll accept that change. But like me, GitHub Copilot doesn't just live in the editor, it's also with me on github.com. So GitHub Copilot can now provide a description of changes in a pull request. It doesn't just list the changes, it also gives you useful, meaningful description of what the change does. And it even gives you deep links to specific lines of code that I've changed. And there it is. That's it. I've shown you how your multilingual pair programmer can help you be more productive. But there's more. Today, I'm excited to show you the technical preview of GitHub Copilot Workspace, a Copilot native development environment that helps you jumpstart every task while working in natural language. Let's see it live in our demo. Now, so far, we've written a sign-up page, but we also need a login page, right? So we can start off right from an issue where our requirements are described and begin development with Copilot Workspace. Copilot Workspace derives context from your issue and your code base to create a detailed specification with proposed changes. It generates a plan on how the specification can be implemented by referencing relevant files in the code base. Copilot also helps you implement this plan by making changes to relevant files in the code base. Now, you can also make edits to the specification, the plan, or the implementation to suit your needs. So I'm going to make one small edit right here within my browser to suit my application. I'm going to just add this. Now, Copilot Workspace also comes with a complete development environment running in Azure, complete even with a terminal right here in your browser. You can also see a live preview of your app running in this development environment, so you can quickly iterate and see what code you're building, edit, and make it suit your needs. So here is the live preview that is running right here. And let's take a look at the page that Copilot has written for me, which is the login page. And there it is. In very, very less time, we were able to go from idea to code to software, all while working in natural language with the help of GitHub Copilot Workspace. Thank you. Back to you, Satya.
Thank you so much, Karan. Every time he hits Sash explain on regular expressions, programming looks easier again. It's just wonderful to see. And I think that this GitHub Copilot Workspaces, as I said, is probably going to be one of the most transformative things, because in one of the benefits of a software development environment is you even have these reasoning traces, because you have a compiler, you have an interpreter, and the ability to then be able to use AI to guide even the entire process with the human in the loop, I think is a very powerful prototype of what I think you can expect in many, many other domains. So we are very excited about this. Now, the next imperative I want to talk about is all around the all-up cloud infrastructure that you can use to build your AI, right? So we talked about how we're building all these copilots, and one of the things we've done is we've taken all of the underlying services and the primitives and made it available as first-class part of Azure as Copilot Stack, starting at the very bottom with infrastructure. In Azure, we have more regions than any other cloud provider today, with 60 plus regions, 300,000 plus data centers. The Malaysian region is coming live later this year. And on top of that, we are expanding. I'm really pleased to announce today that we are expanding our investment in Malaysia with $2.2 billion. So we really want to make sure that we have world-class infrastructure right here in the country, so that every organization, every software developer, every startup can use it to really not only build for this country, but for the world and the region. And so we are very excited about that. So that means world-class AI infrastructure, right? Whether it's powered by accelerators from NVIDIA, AMD, or our Microsoft's own accelerators, Maya. They're all going to be available in our cloud infrastructure for both training as well as for inference. So we will always have some of the best performing infrastructure. We will also have the widest selection of models, right? We will have the frontier models like Azure OpenAI. We will also have all the open source models. We will have great support. In fact, one of the other things that I'm very excited about is not just the LLMs, but the SLMs, the small language models. Microsoft's leading the way. In fact, just last week, we launched Phi, which is, it's unbelievable. If you think about it by parameter count for performance ratio, it's best in class, right? A 3 billion parameter is performing better than 7, 8 billion parameter models out there. And I think, the basic insight there is that you can really use synthetic data to be able to train these models to be able to perform. So I think the combination of frontier models, open source models, these SLM models really put the power back in the hands of developers to be able to optimize for all of the various design considerations, right? For really performance, for latency, for COGS. These are all the things that we all as developers will care about. And now you have an unbelievable selection of models to be able to exercise those design decisions. We're not just building models on tokens around human language. We're also building models with the language of science, right? So one of the most exciting things that I think in the years to come, we'll find is that we will have real breakthroughs in the scientific process itself that will really accelerate our ability to create new materials, new compounds and molecules, right? So one of the things that we recently did was use a material science model to generate a new compound, which we then fabricated, where we were able to reduce the lithium content by 70% for a new battery, right? So think about the energy transition priority that we all have, and to be able to use AI to really help us accelerate the energy transition. I always say, can we compress 250 years of progress in chemistry into the next 25 years? And it seems that it's possible. On the other extreme, even in biology, We are working, for example, with Giddy, which is really helping with TB drug discovery. Unfortunately, TB still exists. It's still a fatal disease, and it mutates. And so that's why we need to discover new drugs. And in order to speed up that discovery, we are working with Giddy and some of the models around drug discovery. So this is an exciting space for us. Of course, once you have the model, you have the infrastructure, you have the models, the next big consideration is the data estate. Ultimately, in order to train, in order to fine-tune, in order to ground your models, you need your data. And so for that, we are building out the full data estate from the operational stores to the analytics in Azure. Fabric, for example, I think is a real breakthrough when it comes to a very unified approach to the analytics stack. And it also comes with all the other databases, whether it's Oracle, Snowflake, Databricks. We bring all of that so that you have the best data estate that is AI native. And so we are really working very, very hard on the data side. And of course, we wrap it all into a fantastic integrated developer chain, right? So to me, it always gives me great pride. Microsoft was founded in 1975 as a developer company. We built the basic interpreter for the Altair. That was our first product. And here we are, nearly 50 years after, still celebrating developer tools like GitHub Copilot and GitHub Copilot workspaces. So to us, really focusing on the tool chain for software developers, the professional software developers, as well as the low-code, no-code tools, and bringing all of that together into one robust tool chain for any organization is a huge priority. And one of the other things, of course, is we're very invested in developer skilling. We have the AI Odyssey program. It's great to see even lots of developers going through the program, even in Malaysia. I think we have 2,000 plus who have gone through the Odyssey program. I think some of them are here in the audience, so let's give them a round of applause. And we have many, many customers. I had a chance to just meet lots of developers who are building AI solutions right here using some of these technologies I just talked about. An agri-tech company that is using everything from IoT to AI and even humanoid robots to completely revolutionize agriculture. Healthcare, that's another place where they're building. Think about healthcare as the one place where you can really transform how you give medical advice, how you change the physician productivity and focus on the patient. Another area is education. And of course, even large enterprises like Prudential are able to completely transform everything when it comes to their customer experience, when it comes to their agent experience, and deploying some of these AI tools broadly within their enterprise. So it's fantastic to see, again, how fast this technology is becoming real in the hands of software developers here, and then, of course, real in the broader society, right? Coming to Malaysia and to know that there are AI tutors available in education, there are AI doctors available for medical advice, or there is agri-tech being revolutionized by AI. That's unbelievable in terms of the speed of diffusion of tech. Now, the last imperative I want to talk about, though, is as we talk about all this technology, there is one more important consideration for us. One, that is security and safety and trust. Because ultimately, all technology adoption is governed by our ability to trust that technology. So to that end, we are really making sure that we double down on our Secure Future initiative. This is something we started in November of last year. It is all about shifting left, right, which is about security by design, security by default, and security operations. These are the three major design principles for us, and we're really driving that across 6 pillars, and we intend to make rapid progress on really ensuring the best security for all of the cyber estates that we protect, and sharing all of this as a robust set of end-to-end products that you can use to implement zero trust environments right inside of your organization. Everything from endpoint protection to identity to app and infra protection, as well as compliance. So bringing all of that into one product family that you can then safely deploy. Of course, when it comes to AI safety, even here we start with some promises we make to every organization. One, is that your data is your data. We don't train on your data. We want to ensure that anything that you have trained and built as models are protected using, again, that world-class security. And lastly, protecting copyright, as well as indemnifying you as you use our products and tools on any copyright litigation. So those are the things that we want to make sure are delivered as promises to you. And we have also taken a very principled approach to safe deployment of AI. In fact, back in 2016 is when we came up with AI principles. And we have now translated these principles into engineering practices that we have also then developed them as services in Azure AI. So when you use Azure AI, you have all the safety services right there that you can use when you're building a healthcare app, an insurance app, or any application. You can use the same set of services we use in order to do safety around our applications like Copilot and use that in practice as you deploy them. So we're very, very focused on responsible AI software development. Now, I want to close out where I started, which is our mission ultimately is about empowering every person and every organization in Malaysia to be able to achieve more. At the end of the day, for us, it's about being able to really ensure that the human capital is getting all the skills, right? Whether it's in primary school or in graduate school, whether it is in computer science education or in liberal arts education. How do we ensure that the right skills are there for the economy that is getting created, the jobs that are getting created, so that we can all, in the age of AI, exercise our opportunity and exercise our economic well-being. And so to me, that is, I think, the most paramount importance. And so to that end, we're very excited about another announcement we made this week. Around 2.5 million people in ASEAN getting skilled in AI. We will have more than 200,000 people in Malaysia getting skilled in AI. So it's exciting to see that. And I wanted to leave you with one story of, I had a chance to meet with two women who are taking advantage of this program. And in fact, one of them was a kindergarten teacher who now has gotten the certification around AI and now is becoming a trainer on AI in her community, and especially with women in her community and bringing them into this new opportunity set. So we're really excited about it. Let me leave you with that video. Thank you so much and have the rest of the year. Thank you.
In Malaysia specifically, the challenge we're seeing is we've got people who are working super hard to make ends meet, however, still not being able to afford a decent and dignified quality of life.
Shifting jobs from one job to another job, it's been upside down in my life.
In the Skills for Jobs program, we give people access to productivity tools so that they can make their time that much more valuable.
The most important skills that I learned in Microsoft Skills for Job program were in AI. I can learn from AI for my career advancement. Now, I'm working in the construction company as an administrator. They give me more salary than I expected. And on top of that, I've been chosen as a trainer for Microsoft. My interest is giving knowledge to other people.
AI is reducing the barriers for people to get new skills and navigate complex new jobs. This gives me a lot of hope knowing that AI can really give everyone the tools and tech to be their best version of themselves.
I'm better than myself yesterday or last week or last year. I'm more confident.
am enough. I 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 am enough.
Love and salutations. Each breath taken is an affirmation. I am a child of the great I am. Last name enough because I am. I was created, molded in the heavens, gifted with these lands to hold. Ever since I was 3 years old, the old folk would say he got an old soul. Look at him, that boy been here before. Carbon copied by the stars, skin dipped in gold. Spirit electrified by the stories the elders told. Can't you tell? Close my eyes, breathe deep, escape my hells. Walking in the footprints left behind on our ancestors' trail. I am enough, cup full, kick scuff, author new paths, this a rough draft. It's hard to see where you're going when you're out of touch with your past, your worth. Growing pains are meant to hurt. When I'm feeling lost, I remind myself I am enough. Look inside and widen my search.
Just be